Welcome to District 55 Umpire Training. In this presentation we will cover umpire rotations and responsibilities in a 3-umpire system, for Little League and Minor League Baseball on a 60-foot field, with a runner at first base. Remind yourself of your responsibilities before play starts. With the third base umpire set up inside, the plate umpire's fair-foul responsibility extends beyond third base to the outfield, and has fly ball responsibility on all fly balls to the outfield taking the center fielder towards the left foul line, and has responsibility for runner initial touches at third base. Plate umpire will rotate to third base on any ball hit to the outfield. If the first base umpire goes out, then the plate umpire will return to home plate to take potential plays at home plate. Third base umpire adjusts position for potential plays, and is responsible for all touches and plays at second base. The third base umpire will move into the infield working area behind the mound if the ball goes to the outfield. If the first base umpire goes out, then the third base umpire moves into infield, and becomes responsible for runner tag up at first base, and all touches and plays at first and second bases, and the batter runner at all bases. First base umpire can go out or cover first base and is responsible for runner tag up at first base. If the plate umpire rotates to third base, then the first base umpire will rotate to home plate once runner from first base commits to third base, and is responsible for all touches and plays at home plate, in which case, the third base umpire becomes responsible for all plays at first and second bases. Ball hit to infield with runner at first base only. Plate umpire clears catcher on left side. First base umpire takes position consistent with angle distance mechanics for play at first base. First base umpire is responsible for all touches and plays at first base, and for any play at batter runner from the start of the runner's lane to first base. Plate umpire moves towards first base along the foul line, and sets for play at first base. Plate umpire is responsible for all plays on batter runner from home plate to the start of the runner's lane, and for runner's lane interference to first base. Plate umpire then returns to point of plate and is responsible for all touches and plays at home plate. Third base umpire adjusts for potential plays at second and third bases, and is responsible for all touches and plays at second and third bases. No umpire goes out on a ball hit to outfield with a runner at first base only. Plate umpire clears catcher on left side. First base umpire takes position near first base in foul territory, and has responsibility for runner tag up at first base, and all touches and plays at first base. Third base umpire moves to working area behind the mound and is responsible for all touches and plays at second base. Plate umpire rotates to third base and is responsible for all touches and plays at third base. When runner from first base commits to third base, the first base umpire will rotate to point of plate and is responsible for all touches and plays at home plate. The third base umpire will then adjust for potential plays at first and second bases. First base umpire goes out with runner at first base only. Plate umpire clears catcher on left side. First base umpire forfeits first base and goes out on a fly ball to the outfield. Plate umpire reads first base umpire going out and moves to library near third base in foul territory. Plate umpire has all touches and plays at third base on runner from first base. Third base umpire moves to shallow right side of working area behind the mound and has runner tag up at first base and all touches and plays at first and second bases, and all plays on batter runner at third base. If a play develops at third base, the plate umpire takes position in infield at third base, otherwise will return to home plate in foul territory. If a potential play develops at home plate, after the plate umpire had entered the infield, then the plate umpire returns to home plate in fair territory. If batter runner starts towards third base, the third base umpire will move towards grass cutout near third base, and is responsible for all touches and plays at third base.